the frozen wilderness where the cold bites into the very soul, a grotesque spectacle unfolds against the stark white backdrop of the Arctic. Here, a polar bear, an emblem of icy majesty and raw power, trudges through the snow, its fur matted and grotesquely marred. At the center of this disturbing tableau lies an enormous, festering hive, pulsating with a sickly vitality, embedded within the bear's shoulder. This is no ordinary wound. It is a living, seething infestation of bees, a surreal, macabre invasion where insect and predator grotesquely intertwine. Imagine the juxtaposition: the world's largest land carnivore, a creature designed to thrive in the most unforgiving conditions, weakened and enfeebled by the relentless assault of tiny, venomous invaders. The hive, swollen and misshapen, appears as a nightmarish growth, almost organic in its alien grotesqueness. Its tough, waxy texture weeps amber honey-colored fluids mixed with the bear's oozing blood and pus. This hive is not just an affliction. It is a grotesque ecosystem of decay, pulsating with the frenzied buzz of hundreds, perhaps thousands, of bees. Their wings beat incessantly, a droning soundtrack of agony that seems to echo across the barren cold. The infliction likely began as a small wound or abrasion, barely noticeable amid the bear's thick fur. But the situation escalated in the vast, untamed wilderness, where the sun casts long shadows over the rolling plains. A bison roams, its massive frame a testament to the raw power of nature. But this is no ordinary bison. It bears a gruesome wound, a gaping hole in its side, a horrific reminder of a wasp nest that has taken root in its flesh. The sight is shocking, a visceral encounter with the darker side of life on the plains. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into a world where survival is not just a matter of strength, but also of endurance against the relentless forces of nature. The bison, a symbol of resilience, now stands as a canvas for the brutal realities of infestation, a living testament to the harshness of existence. The wasps, those small yet formidable creatures, have found a way to invade the bison's body, laying their eggs within the soft tissue. As the larvae hatch, they feast on the bison's flesh, creating a grotesque symbiosis that is both fascinating and repulsive. The wound, swollen and oozing, is a breeding ground for these voracious pests, a dark ecosystem thriving within the very being of this majestic animal. The bison, in its struggle to survive, becomes a host, a living buffet for the wasps, who continue their life cycle with little regard for the suffering they inflict. The sight of the writhing larvae nestled in the wound is enough to turn the stomach, yet it serves as a stark reminder of the brutal realities of nature's design. As we delve deeper into this unsettling scenario, we must confront the ethical implications of such infestations. Nature, in its relentless pursuit of balance, often employs methods that can seem cruel and unforgiving. The bison, once a proud creature of the plains, now embodies the fragility in the icy expanse of the Arctic, where the sun barely pierces the perpetual twilight. A chilling tale unfolds, a tale of survival, suffering, and the grotesque realities of nature. Meet the polar bear, a majestic creature often seen as the embodiment of strength and resilience. But today, we encounter a bear that tells a different story, one that is both horrifying and fascinating. This bear, once a proud hunter of the frozen tundra, now bears a horrific wound, a gaping, festering sore that has become a breeding ground for snakes. Yes, you've heard that right. Snakes? Imagine the shock of witnessing a creature so powerful, so iconic, reduced to a canvas of suffering, its flesh invaded by serpents that slither and writhe in a grotesque dance of survival. As we delve deeper into this dark narrative, we must confront the unsettling reality of snake infestation. The polar bear, weakened by the harsh conditions of its environment, has become an unwitting host to these cold-blooded invaders. The snakes, drawn to the warmth of the bear's body, have burrowed into the wound, feeding on the bear's flesh and secreting toxins that exacerbate the injury. This gruesome symbiosis is a stark reminder of nature's brutal indifference. The bear's once pristine white fur is now matted and stained, a testament to the relentless struggle for survival in a world that can be both beautiful and horrifying. The infestation is not merely a physical ailment. It is a reflection of the delicate balance of ecosystems. As climate change alters habitats, species are forced into unnatural interactions. Beneath the sun-scorched expanses where the arid winds claw, and scrape, a singular horror festers in the leathery hide of a camel. At first glance, what appears to be a grotesque, honeycomb-like wound etched across its hump might seem like a bizarre natural formation, but upon closer examination, it reveals a living nightmare. This is no mere injury. It is a sprawling labyrinth of decay, punctuated by gaping holes and festering sores, a harrowing testament to relentless parasitic invasion. The skin surrounding this macabre mosaic pulsates with irritation, a canvas painted with the crimson hues of tissue inflamed and eroded. In the shadowy corners of our world, where nature's beauty intertwines with its darker realities, a tale unfolds that is as shocking as it is poignant. Imagine a dog, once a vibrant companion, now reduced to a pitiful figure, its body marred by a horrific snake bite. The wound, a grotesque gash, oozes with a mixture of blood and venom, a testament to the brutal encounter with one of nature's most feared predators. This is not just a story of injury, it is a chilling reminder of the raw, unfiltered reality of life in the wild, where survival often comes at a gruesome cost. As we delve deeper into this unsettling narrative, we must confront the unsettling truth about snake infestations. These slithering creatures, often misunderstood, can wreak havoc not only on their natural habitats, but also on unsuspecting pets and livestock. The dog, now a victim of this infestation, bears the scars of a battle that many animals face in silence. The snake's venom, a cocktail of neurotoxins and hemotoxins, courses through the dog's veins, causing excruciating pain and a slow, agonizing decline. The once playful bark is replaced by whimpers of distress, echoing the silent suffering that so many animals endure. But what leads to such infestations? The answer lies in the delicate balance of ecosystems, where human encroachment disrupts the natural order. As we expand our cities and clear land for agriculture, we inadvertently create ideal conditions for snakes to thrive. Overgrown gardens, piles of debris, and stagnant water become breeding grounds for these reptiles, drawing them closer to our homes. And tragically, our pets, the dog, in its innocence, wanders into this perilous territory, unaware of the lurking danger. In the shadowy thickets of a forsaken wilderness, where sunlight barely caresses the ground, lies a spectacle both grotesque and mesmerizing. Here, the leopard emerges not as the sleek predator we imagine, but as a living canvas of decay and torment. Its fur, once lustrous and vibrant, now matted and stained with dark, congealed fluids. A wide, festering wound sprawls across its flank, a ghastly mark inflicted by a serpent's bite, yet disturbingly worse for the countless serpents that have followed, claiming the surrounding flesh as their grim banquet. This is not a tale of subtle affliction, but of an ecological nightmare etched into living tissue, where nature's brutality wears its most unvarnished face. The wound itself is a festering crater, swollen and throbbing with unseen life, from which a labyrinth of tiny, writhing snakes emerges. These serpents, far from the elegant hunters they might appear to be in isolation, here perform a macabre infestation that defies delicate description. They burrow not just around the edges, but slip beneath the skin, infiltrating the once resilient armor of the leopard. Their bodies glisten with an oily sheen, slimy with the mix of venom, blood, and pus. A cocktail of biological warfare that keeps this grotesque tableau in a state of ceaseless, grim animation. The stench, though unspeakable, is an unmissable signature, a heavy, putrid aroma of decay mixed with the sharp, chemical tang of venom. What began as a single snake bite, a predator's strike-turned-disaster, has evolved into a living infestation. This phenomenon, rare yet devastatingly effective, demonstrates an unexpected dynamic between two apex predators of the wild. The leopard, a symbol of stealth and strength, becomes a theater for parasitic conquest as multiple serpents exploit the initial injury, multiplying in number, using the wound as a gateway into a host unwilling but, alas, unable to repel them. These snakes, likely venomous vipers or cunning cobras native to the region, are both scavenger and assailant, feeding not only on the leopard's compromised tissue, but thriving in the infection that breeds unchecked in the open sore. The spectacle is horrifying from a distance, snakes slithering in and out of raw flesh, their smooth scales coated in sticky fluids that glisten under the sparse light as if the wound itself pulses with life. Yet, scientifically, it offers a grim insight into the harshness of survival. The snake's ability to